Okay, let's look at the absolute basics, the 5 C's of survival. And we're going to start out. I'm going to move right over here and look at cutting. And as you can see, these are the things that I will generally have with me out in the field. I have the SRK survival knife and also the BK2. Now we have the Mora Basic, and I have a Cold Steel Pendleton Hunter. My EDC, which is going to always be on me, is going to be the Kershaw Cryo, and that is going to be in D2. Now that, and along with the Wave 2 Leatherman, is always going to be on me. Now, as you can see, the Paul Harrell inspired Victorinox. I hook this to my belt loop, and the knife goes into my pocket. And I'm also showing the Mora fillet knife, and also indispensable, the military e-tool. Now, here is the thing. Some people will say it's a little bit overkill to carry, and it is heavy. This thing is heavy, but you will not regret getting to your spot without it. Also, the same goes with the SRK, the survival recon knife, or the survival knife from Cold Steel, and of course this beautiful Becker BK2. It's basically a small hatchet that is almost indispensable in the field. Those two alone, along with the e-tool, and then your EDCs in your pocket, the Kershaw, along with the Leatherman, you're never going to go wrong. You're going to be just fine. So the first C, cutting, check. Now let's move into cover. Oh man, we got a lot of stuff to deal with here. So I've got on your left here a lot of tarps and casualty blankets or space blankets. These things are phenomenal when you have a pair of trekking poles. You can make almost any type of shelter with those. Now, as you go to the middle, I've got the middle top. I have 2 bivy sacks. Well, actually, the 2 in the middle here, bivy sacks. One is a military bivy. Right here, this is a military bivy. This is another bivy, and they're both Gore-Tex. Beautiful. This is a hooped bivy. To be honest, when you want to go light, just grab you a tarp and a bivy and a sleeping bag and a sleeping pad, and you're not going to go wrong. So, and I'm going to go into another realm of cover in the next 2. So, we've got cutting and cover covered. Let's move right along to, combustion. Oh yeah. So, what do we got here? Here we have cotton balls with petroleum jelly. They will light and they will stay lit for a while. Oh no, wait. These are these are the fire plugs. I just put them in there. Okay, this is the petroleum jelly and cotton balls. This here, as you can see, you pull these and these are aftermarket, they will light up. And of course, just your standard lighter and a ferro rod and some, I got these upside down, some fire sticks. So this right here, in my opinion, is one of the most important parts of survival, of the 5 C's. If you can get yourself a good fire started, you basically got this. This alone is a cover. If you can get it big enough, it's also a signal. So a good fire, make sure you have it. And that goes on to cordage. I just have some 550 cord right here. And this makes a great range line. You could make a range line with just a you do your trucker's hitch alongside of a bowline, and now you got you a good range line that you can stack anything that you can cut with that BK2. You can make yourself a lean-to, and with this you can make yourself an A-frame. You know, the sky's the limit with cordage. You know, just make sure you know how to tie some knots or hitches, and you're going to be good to go. And it's also a good fire starter. Yep, it will ignite. So, and you can see even with this ferro rod here that it has a paracord with it that you can, you know, not only hold on to it with, and it has a igniter with it where you can shave it, but it's okay. So now we are through 3 of the 5 C's of survival. Now let's get on over here. Wait, 3, 1, 2, 4. Okay, let's get on to the 5th. Containers. Yes, we want some steel containers. Now I've included my Grail water bottles with this because these will do what the other 3 that I'm showing won't do. These Grail water bottles with the filters there will filter not only out any bacteria or virus, but they will also filter out chemicals. So, you know, with the Grail, you're good to go. Get one of those. It's well worth it. Now, that's not to discount the steel Begrit or the Stanley or, well, whatever this is. But just make sure you get a steel or an aluminum container that you can boil your water in. And that's going to help you out a lot. Now let's go beyond the 5 C's. And I'm not going to go, there's a lot more C's here. But these are just ones that I keep. Of course, the compasses. I have your standard military compass. I have 2 other compasses, Suuntos. These are great. You know, just make sure you have them with you, especially if you're going to use a map. You know, find a good topographical map. Learn how to use them with the topographical map, and you'll never have to worry about getting lost. Seriously. I mean, that's just how it is. And then we have our first aid kit. The silver is my plantain salve. I always take it with me. It's part of my first aid kit. And in World War I, they called these the housewife. And this is your sewing kit. Yes, a sewing kit. Who would have thought that would have been part of a survival kit? Hey, when those buttons come off or you get rips in your tarps there or anything, hey, this is a lifesaver. Make sure you have just those. This is your basic, I don't know if I would call it a survival kit, but yeah, it is. It's a survival kit. Just have some of it with you. You don't have to have every damn thing that's in here, but just make sure you've got at least one of these with you. Okay? And if you have anything else to add or subtract, if you think I've gone overboard here, which I don't think I haven't really covered everything. So, and I've used every bit of these out in the field. So if you have anything that you would like to add, feel free to do it. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate anything, any interaction that you give me. And, okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.